Hey everybody, this is D Hunter bringing another action figure review. Today we're looking at the McFarlane DC Multiverse 7-inch scale Armored Superman from the Superman Unchained storyline. This is a figure from brand new line from McFarlane Toys, and they are 7-inch scale, which will match up with your DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. I know a lot of people aren't really happy about the 7-inch scale. They prefer the 6.5-inch scale that Mattel was doing, and I can definitely understand that. I've seen a lot of those collectors also mention they will be getting the 2 armored figures, as they will work. They should be bigger than your 6-inch figures. Now I thought to myself, why the hell would Superman ever need armor? This guy is damn near invincible. And I did some research online, and it looked like there was another alien named Wraith that apparently was stronger than Superman, punched him across some states. Superman ended up dominating this armor and helping Batman and Wonder Woman take this villain on. I actually have not read the storyline. I thought to myself at first, maybe this is some anti-kryptonite armor, and it's not, but you can use it for whatever you want to use it for in your action figure world. So let's go and check out the packaging here. DC Multiverse Superman. Here is the armored figure in there. Looking pretty cool. He's got this big crown. Doesn't look like he has any accessories. I see a collector's card and a stand in the back. The top here, 22 moving parts. McFarlane Toys, you can see the Spawn logo there. On one side here, Superman, his Unchained Armor. On the other side here, simply says Superman. On the bottom, there's a barcode in case anybody needs it, as well as a bunch of credits. On the back side here, you can see Superman donning his armor from the comics, as well as a bunch of upcoming figures. Superman from Action Comics 1000, Batman Animated Series Batman, Green Lantern from Justice League cartoon, Harley Quinn from the movie Birds of Prey. This is the only figure that's actually not out yet. Then we've got Harley Quinn from the comics. I got my figure from Amazon.com, pre-ordered him, and he arrived today with several others. I haven't heard anyone in the United States finding him at Target or Walmart yet. I've heard of him being found at EB Games in Canada. Just FYI. So with no further ado, let's crack him open. And this figure was a part of a nice lot of figures I got from Amazon.com today. Alright, now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all his accessories laid out. He comes with 2 wings for his armored suit. He comes with a display stand and a collector's card. One thing he does not come with, I had read that when he made this suit, he also made a giant battle axe to go with it. Seems like that would have been a nice accessory to get as well. Don't get me wrong, you get a huge bang for your buck out of this guy. This guy is huge, well detailed, well articulated, and honestly, looks really cool. So before we look at accessories, let's check out this actual figure. This here is Superman in an armored suit from the comic Superman Unchained. Looks ridiculous. I don't know why he would put that stuff in the back of his head, but honestly, looks cool, very Transformer-esque. Armored suit. You can imagine the villain, how powerful he is for Superman to need enhanced armor. Look at the black parts. He's got texture all over that. I'm not sure how McFarlane can afford to do all this intricate sculpting for under 20 bucks. Look at that Superman logo popping on you. The front, shiny, metal painted all over this guy. Looks good in the right spots. Big shoulder pads. Looks like we got single jointed elbows. That's what I expected. Looks like a ball joint here. Looks like double joint knees. Armored Superman. This here is going to work great, probably in my action figure world, as Superman when he wears anti-kryptonite armor, so that won't affect him. This guy is pretty cool. He's heavy. Not quite as heavy as the Hellbat Batman, but I really like this armored look. Pretty fun. So next, let's check out his accessories, starting off with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand, perfect circle, DC logo at the bottom, a peg for their peg holes in their feet here, and it's very thin. I'm not much of a stand guy, so it doesn't do much for me. And then here we've got his collector's card from Superman Unchained Armor. Looks a little bit different here, so we've got glowing energy or whatever all over it. The backside here kind of gives a little bio. From Superman Unchained number 7. Unfortunately, I don't have this comic, as my comic collection is predominantly Batman and related. Next, let's check out his wings. These things are bright red, pretty plain looking, a little bit of perhaps metal, mechanical parts here. And this is where they connect via peg to the peg hole in his back. Now they are articulated, as you can see, the peg can go up and down, and it can also rotate around. So this thing's going to have a pretty nice range of motion. Looks like a little bit more than the Hellbat's wings. And so this Superman armored figure, he's got these peg holes on his back. Simply take the wing, slide the peg inside, make sure you have it facing the right direction. This is how it should look. And then this thing is able to rotate around, and then it's hinged as well, which is pretty nice. And then here's this guy in his entirety, wings attached, suited up, ready for war. Guy is massive. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at his accessories, next let's check out the height of this figure. So this guy here, from bottom to the top of his head, sitting at about 7 3/4 inches, which translates to about 19.5 centimeters. And if you want to measure to the top of the wing, it's at about 10.5 inches. Next, let's check out this guy's articulation. So starting off with his head here, of course you can rotate from side to side. You can look down about that far and up about that far. His wings here are on ball joints. Of course they can rotate around. Then they're going to be hinged as well. Really nice amount of range of motion for some wings. Shoulders here, they go about a full 90 degrees. They're a little bit obstructed by shoulder pads here. I think they would go higher. They're in a ball joint, up, down, around, all that good stuff. Now you see this bit of blue material between his shoulder and his chest. It's called a butterfly joint. It'll allow his shoulders to go in and out, thus giving it even a bigger range of motion. Below that, he's got a bicep cut. Got single jointed elbows, they can go in about 90 degrees. I saw McFarlane said in an interview that the larger armed figures are going to have single joints because it breaks up the sculpt and looks weird. His wrist here can rotate around, and it's hinged as well. He's got a ball joint in his torso, can rotate around, can also go forward and back a little bit. He's got another ball joint at the bottom here, can rotate around just a little bit, and then go forward and back more as well, giving him a very large range of motion in his torso area, especially for an armored figure. Legs go out about this far, pretty close to 90 degrees. It's not a ball joint side of there, but it's pretty much the same concept. The leg itself can move independently of the sort of ball joint. Legs go forward about that far. Back, really not very much. Double jointed knees. His foot here, there is a ball between the shin area and the foot, but you can't see it. The armor covers it up. So his foot's able to go up and down a little bit. And he has toe articulation as well. And it would be able to rotate, but it's kind of blocked from this armor here. Next, let's check them out compared with some other action figures, starting off with the rest of the McFarlane DC Multiverse. So first of all, here he is with his armored counterpart, Batman in his Hellbat armor. I must say, both these guys are amazing figures. They are just so cool, well articulated, well detailed and sculpted, heavy, sturdy, huge bang for your buck. I mean, I prefer the Hellbat Batman armor to the Superman armor because I'm just a huge Batman fan, and frankly that figure is on point and amazing. Both these figures are great. Batman's wing spread is so big. In the interview with Todd McFarlane, he mentioned his company is private, not public like Mattel. He doesn't have a bunch of shareholders dictating his profits, so he can make some figures like these armored ones where he makes a little bit less money than the regular figures, and I think that's really cool. He said, "Will I keep doing that?" Yes. Why? Because they're cool. Here he is with the other Superman figures McFarlane has released so far. On the left, we've got Superman from Action Comics 1000. The middle, the armored Superman from Superman Unchained. And then we've got Superman from Superman the Animated Series. 2 of the 3 of these are from Modern Comics. And then here's the entire McFarlane DC Multiverse line in its entirety so far. There have been a total of 12 figures and 1 vehicle. I can't wait to see what's next. Toy Fair should show us some cool stuff. Next, let's check them out compared with some different Superman figures from various companies. Here he is with a couple of NECA Superman figures. These guys look great with the McFarlane figures. Here he is with some DC Direct and DC Collectibles Superman figures. And then here he is with some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse Superman figures. And next to a Mezco 1/12 cloth soft goods Superman. And then next to a Mafex Superman. Here he is next to a few different armored Lex Luthor suits. Some good opponents for this armored Superman. Here he is locked into combat with his good buddy Luthor. Here he is next to a few different Doomsday figures. Some nice, strong opponents that Superman might use some armor to fight. On the left, we've got a DC Universe Classics Doomsday, then a Multiverse Collect and Connect Doomsday. And on the far right, we've got a Doomsday from Batman vs. Superman in the basic 12-inch line that actually scales up good with these 6-inch figures. And just like before, here he is locked into combat fighting Doomsday. Hopefully he'll survive this time. And then next, I'd like to check him out with a couple of other armored Batman figures that I have. This is a DC Direct or DC Collectibles Batman in his Thrasher armor. Here's the Mattel Multiverse Collect and Connect Batman's Justice Buster armored suit. He used this to take on the Justice League. And here he is next to both a DC Direct and a Mattel Multiverse Commissioner Gordon when he filled in as Batman in his armored suit. And then next, let's check him out with some different action figure lines from different various companies to see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Here he is, next to some of his McFarlane Toys brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines from McFarlane Toys, all 7-inch scale. And here he is, next to some DST, or Diamond Select Toys. Here he is, next to some NECA figures. Now, here he is with some DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. And here he is next to some Mattel wrestling figures. And then here with some Mezco 1/12 cloth soft goods figures. And here he is with some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse figures. And now with some Mafex figures. Then with some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And then with some SH Figure Arts action figures. Then next to some Jazzwares figures. So overall, this is a fantastic figure. This guy is big. This guy's detail is great. His paint job is crisp. He's large. He's a great value for under $20. I challenge you to show me another toy company giving you stuff like this for $20. Good job, McFarlane. I know a lot of people are not happy with the 7-inch scale, but I've seen a lot of those same people saying that they would buy the armored Superman and armored Batman, as they're supposed to be larger than regular figures, and you can fudge them in with your 6.5-inch collection. If I were to rate this figure, I'd give him an 8 out of 10. I'm not going to get a whole lot of use of an armored Superman in my action figure world, but this figure is superb. It's fantastic, great quality. I went back and looked at what I rated the Hellbat armored Batman, and I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. I think those are pretty fair ratings for these two figures. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this review. If you like the review, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the review, add it to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Keep your eye out for the rest of my McFarlane DC Multiverse reviews. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.